Navid, feel free to ask your question while others are joining. Please ask your question.
Yes, Suhail, regarding the subnet part,
Hmm.
if we could connect multiple NSGs to a subnet, I am actually I don't have a clear understanding about the subnet part. I need to go through your videos still, means some of them, to understand the subnet part. So it could be connected to any kind of subnet, right? Like the gateway subnet or local client, like client subnet or local network subnet. Like,
Right.
we don't have a local network subnet in this particular thing for this thing, but otherwise, like it could connect to any type of subnet, like
Yes,
gateway
yes, it
subnet.
can. Why would you connect it to gateway subnet? Gateway subnet का पर्पस ही completely अलग होता है. ये जो आपको मशीन कंट्रोल वगैरह करना है, ये आपके वर्चुअल मशीन्स के लिए या आपके रिसोर्सेज के लिए. Can you have any resource in gateway subnet?
No, it is like the front face of your entire network, kind.
Yes.
Like, or you can
So
say
you,
like how you have the default gateway for system, like a
so
particular
can
system.
you have any storage account? Can you have any virtual machine? Can you have anything on gateway subnet?
No, it is like the front face of, you could say like how you have while VNet pairing, we do the front, like load balancer में कैसा front face रहता है public
Hmm.
IP वैसा.
Hmm.
It is like the front face of
Right.
your
So those
backend.
subnet is ये जो network security group है ना, NSG है, ये internal traffic के लिए. I'm coming to that. उसको भी मैं explain करता हूँ. NSG जो है internal traffic को control करने के लिए. So you'll never apply it on gateway subnet, Azure Bastion subnet. जरूरत ही नहीं है वो आपकी.
Client subnet पे तो like उस पे
Obviously,
configure कर
any other subnet,
client subnet
wherever
पे.
you are going to have your resources, you will apply it there. Clear है?
Yes. So I've missed the first part of first 1 hour of yesterday. So I'm not aware if I have missed a lot of things yesterday. So I'll be going through your videos and then again I'll get back to you. This is
Sure,
the first one I was not able to connect.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, guys, so let's proceed. I hope this is clear to you that this equation is correct. The earlier one was incorrect. That statement was incorrect, right? Now, what do you think? Is this correct? Okay, let me make it more clear to you. I'll just give some names. We don't require this subnet. We don't require this. I'll make it more clear to you, and it will be easier for you to understand. Let's say we have one subnet. I think 2 are enough. Network security group 1, network security group 2. Can we apply a different energy for subnet and different energy for NIC and 2? Yes, we're coming to that, Hussein. Here. And now, whatever we have discussed, guys, based on that, what do you think? Is this equation correct or not? Tell me. This is going to subnet. Okay, let's consider that this is going to subnet, or let me. This is connecting to subnet, right? I hope you all have this idea that VNet पे नहीं connect हो सकता network security group. So when I'm connecting it here, it is on subnet. So network security group 1 on subnet and network security group 2 on VM5. Is it possible?
Yes.
Yes.
So you got your answer, Hussein?
Yes.
Yes.
The replications and everything we'll discuss later. But is this possible? It is possible, right? Now, is this possible? Again, this is going to subnet. ये इस लाइन पे अगर आ रहा है तो समझ लो सबनेट है. वर्चुअल मशीन पे होगा तो I'll connect to that particular virtual machine. Is it possible?
No, this is not possible.
This is not, right? We just discussed, just confusing you guys a bit. तो आप लोगों को अच्छे से समझ में आ जाए. Now, network security group 1 here. And is this possible? This is a tricky one.
No.
This will, I guess so. If let's say
Possible
the
or not?
NSG is assigned to,
Not possible.
It will
Yes.
be automatically getting replicated, na there.
Yes, it is first question. Is it possible or not?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
possible.
Yes, it's
Yes, it is
possible.
possible.
Yes, it is possible. Yes, and Murtaza, you are right. It is sensible. It is not sensible. Why not? Because virtual machine भी ultimately subnet से ही होकर जाने वाला है. And if I apply it here or if I apply it here, it is one and same thing. Why to do it twice? Clear है? But it is possible. You can do
Yes.
it. कोई error में कर सकता है तो उससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. Now,
Okay.
this example. Okay. Now, network security group 1, it says that you should not be able to access internet. Network security group 1 says you should not be able to access internet. And this network security group 2 says you should be able to access internet. What do you think will happen?
Conflict.
Conflict to hai, but one has to override another.
So the second one will override the first one.
Yes, guys. What do you think?
Yes, I do think that the second one, because the second one will be going
Says
directly to the NIC, and
no
it will be
internet.
overwriting the first one.
It says no internet. It says internet.
So as Murtuza said, even I do think the second one, as Murtuza.
So you guys are
gave the
saying
answer.
internet should be accessible on this machine, is it?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
Solvay.
Yes.
Fine. So before I answer that, let's keep this one for you guys to figure it out, and we'll start explaining NSG first. And this one we are going to see practically, okay, how it works. First, let's come here. These points are clear by now.
Yes.
Okay.
Solvay.
NSG supports TCP, UDP, and ICMP, and it operates on layer 4 of the OSI model. You don't need to understand what is TCP. You don't need to understand what is UDP. You don't need to have understand what is ICMP. If you know, well and good. These are the protocols. और TCP और UDP में differences क्या है? Azure के इंटरव्यू में कोई नहीं पूछता है. System admin के इंटरव्यू में definitely आता है, but no one will ask you. These are two different protocols. ICMP भी एक protocol है which we use for ping, but it's okay if you don't know it. It works on layer 4 of OSI model. OSI model has 7 layers. What are those? If you want to learn, go ahead and check it once. Not that important. But what is important कि आप इंटरव्यू में इसको जरूर बोलो that it operates at layer 4. When will it be useful? जब हम firewall और NSG के differences गिनेंगे, that time it will be useful for you. One of the points that NSG works at layer 4. Now what is layer 4? What does it mean? उसका significance क्या है? You don't have to worry about it. Clear?
Yes, Solvay.
Okay. With NSG, connections are stateful. Written traffic is automatically allowed on the same TCP UDP session. It's okay if you don't understand it, you can skip it. Default routes on NSG. Okay, default rules. This is very important. बहुत बार आता है इंटरव्यू में that what are the default rules we have on an NSG. जब हम एक NSG लगता है, एक NSG बनता है, तो उस पे कुछ default rules आते हैं, right? What did we learn at the first sentence? कि network security groups contains a list of security rules which allow or deny inbound or outbound traffic, network traffic. तो मतलब NSG सब कंट्रोल कैसे करता है? इंटरनेट चलना चाहिए, नहीं चलना चाहिए, ये सब कैसे कंट्रोल करता है? Via rules. Clear, guys? Are you getting confused?
Yes, Solvay. Clear.
Right? NSG के अंदर होते हैं rules. With the help of rules, NSG is controlling this traffic, everything. So the moment you create NSG, उसके साथ कुछ default rules आते हैं. How many rules are there? Total 6 rules. 3 inbound rules, 3 outbound rules. इनको याद कर लो अच्छे से, इंटरव्यू में पूछा जाता है कई बार. अगर NSG के टॉपिक पे आओगे आप तो ये पूछा जाएगा. 3 inbound and 3 outbound security rules. Can we remove these rules? ये question भी आता है. Can I remove the default rules?
No.
Okay. So the default rule is internet is accessible. By the way, you guys tried creating. Can I? You guys tried creating machine and everything, right? Were you able to access internet using that machine, guys? कभी किसी ने ट्राई किया वर्चुअल मशीन से इंटरनेट चला है आप लोगों का?
हाँ चलता है.
चलता है. So how do you
चलता है.
think that worked? आप लोगों ने कुछ किया अलग से? What
No.
we did,
नहीं,
see what we did here while creating the machine, ये ports, right? हमने क्या किया?
Hmm,
Ports किया.
that's it.
HTTP 80. ये सब कहाँ पर अप्लाई हो रहा है? Do you think? Now you know. ये सब कहाँ पर अप्लाई हो
ये
रहा है?
इनबाउंड
ये
रूल्स
रूल्स
में
बन रहे हैं. ये
apply
जो
हो रहा
आपका
Nick,
सिक्योरिटी
Nick.
नेटवर्क सिक्योरिटी ग्रुप है ना, ये उसके ऊपर रूल्स बन रहे हैं. नहीं, sorry, did
Yes.
someone say Nick?
है. नो रूल्स इनबाउंड
This is
रूल्स.
these are rules which are being applied on network security group. ठीक है. But all of these are inbound rules कि आपके मशीन पे 80 पोर्ट पे ट्रैफिक आ सकता है. यस. आपके मशीन पे 443 का ट्रैफिक आ सकता है. यस. आपके मशीन पे SSH का ट्रैफिक आ सकता है. यस. आपके मशीन पे 3389 which is for RDP आ सकता है. यस. HTTP किसके लिए? इंटरनेट के लिए. But what are these guys? These are inbound rules. What is inbound? Traffic which is coming to your machine. Are you guys getting it? Traffic which is coming to
Yes.
your machine. मतलब मैं जो अपनी वेबसाइट आप लोगों को एक्सेस करके बताता हूँ ना मशीन से, that is, अगर मैं इसको अनचेक रखूंगा ना, मैं आपको IP एड्रेस दे भी दूं, तो still you guys will not be able to access my website. मुझको इसको चेक रखना है. तो मेरे मशीन पे आने वाला ट्रैफिक एक्सेसिबल है इंटरनेट के लिए, मैंने इसको ये कर दिया. बट वेयर डिड आई मेंशन कि जाने वाला आउटबाउंड ट्रैफिक जो है इंटरनेट का, वो एक्सेसिबल होना चाहिए. वेयर डिड आई मेंशन दैट? if I have not done that, how are you guys able to access the internet? आप लोगों ने सबने देखा वर्चुअल मशीन बनते ही उसमें इंटरनेट चलता रहता है, राइट? इज इट क्लियर टू
Yes.
एवरीवन?
Yes.
इसके अलावा कोई
Yes.
सेटिंग आपने कभी की? इतनी ही सेटिंग्स मैंने बताई आप लोगों को, राइट?
No.
Yes.
Okay. So from where do you think you are able to access internet? Why do you think internet accessible to you?
वो बाय
because
डिफॉल्ट 3 रूल्स है ना, आउटबाउंड रूल्स
Exactly.
जो है वो क्रिएट होते हैं उसकी वजह से.
Exactly, guys. So there are some default rules, and those default rules are inbound rules में भी default rules है. ठीक है, इनबाउंड को हम देखते हैं, आउटबाउंड को भी हम देखते हैं. दो रूल्स एकदम सिमिलर है. एक रूल जो है जिसकी वजह से आप इंटरनेट एक्सेस कर पा रहे हो, उस रूल को हम देखते हैं. सो इंटरनेट एक्सेस कर पा रहे हो मतलब कौन सा रूल में आएगा वो? इनबाउंड या आउटबाउंड? आप अपनी मशीन से गूगल को एक्सेस कर रहे हो, ये इनबाउंड रूल हुआ या आउटबाउंड?
outbound rule.
आउटबाउंड रूल.
Outbound.
So which is that? Here it is. That allowed internet outbound. It's going on any port, from any protocol, any source. Destination is internet. It is allowed. Can you guys say it?
Yes,
Sir, can you
sir.
zoom? Can we zoom it little?
Sure.
Thank you. That's it, no, it's visible.
Visible, guys?
Yes,
Okay.
more clearer.
Can you see this? Rule number 65001. It allows your outbound traffic. That is the reason the moment you create your machine, you are able to access Google and other internet. Salman bhai, is something wrong with your mic? While we enable ports while creating machines under the load balancer, why are we not able to access the internet under the load balancer? I'll answer that. Wait. Guys, I'll always prefer to ask questions. If you have some issues with mic and something, please try to fix it before sessions. I want you to speak. I want you to say. I've told you do not, it's not a good practice to type questions and type answers also. If you don't speak here, it will be difficult for you to speak in your interview. This is the place, make mistake, ask wrong questions, give wrong answers. It's completely fine, right? Here we are to practice. I want you to speak. Please try to speak. Nitesh, for you also, I have told you, try speaking. I have not heard your questions, your answers. If you're listening to me, please start participating. This will help you in your interviews, guys, right? So now you guys know that why are you able to access this internet? Because the moment you create a machine, the NSG is attached to that, and NSG has some default rules, and one of them is allow internet access. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, all right.
Now let's talk about
Yes.
other rules, the inbound security rules. What is the inbound security rule? The first rule is the priority is 65,000. Rule name is allow VNet inbound. ठीक है, प्रायोरिटी को मैं एक्सप्लेन करता हूँ. Allow VNet inbound, it is just a name. You could say ABC, XYZ, anything. हाँ, but understanding के लिए हमेशा relevant नाम देते हैं हम लोग. Port and protocol, I will explain. what does it say? That any traffic which is coming from virtual network and the destination is virtual network for inbound, it is allowed, right? Similarly, in outbound, what does it say? Just because you have access it one inbound does not mean कि outbound में भी अपने आप हो जाएगा, right? Outbound में और inbound में दोनों को आपको करना पड़ता है अगर किसी तरह का ये करना है तो फॉर एग्जाम्पल कि अगर यहाँ पर से इंटरनेट बाय डिफॉल्ट है, बट वाइल क्रिएटिंग द मशीन, इनबाउंड में इंटरनेट बाय सॉरी आउटबाउंड में इंटरनेट बाय डिफॉल्ट है, बट वाइल क्रिएटिंग द मशीन इनबाउंड में अगर मैं इसको नहीं ऐड करूंगा ना, तो माय इंटरनेट एक्सेस इज नॉट वर्किंग फॉर आउटकमिंग कनेक्शंस, मतलब जो मेरा इंटरनेट वेबसाइट को एक्सेस करना चाहते हैं वो नहीं चलेगा. Are you guys getting it? That just because I have created it here, that does not mean वो replicate नहीं करेगा. दोनों जगह हमको अलग-अलग बनाना पड़ेगा. So if I want कि मेरे machines outbound में भी बात करें, inbound में भी, so I'll have to create two separate rules. Okay, so what does it say? Inbound security rule में that virtual network के source से आने वाला और destination पे जो virtual network होगा, that traffic should be allowed. Now, what do you think is coming from virtual network? What is the scope within virtual network? क्या होगा आपके?
Internal
Subnets, yeah, internal
communication.
resources and everything. अगर उसको आप summarize करो तो subnets. Now you know that why your subnets can talk to each other within a VNet.
Sohail bhai,
Yes,
can you please explain the source and destination
I'll do
concept?
that.
मेरे लिए
I'll
थोड़ा
do
सा
that.
difficult जा रहा है.
Yeah, I'll do that. हम rules बनाकर भी देखने वाले. Don't worry. इसके practical में बहुत ज़्यादा clear हो जाएगा आप लोगों को.
Okay.
Right? So when we say that virtual machines or subnets can talk to each other, is that statement correct or incorrect? Subnets can talk
Correct.
to each other.
Yes, yes, correct.
VNets can
Within
talk
the
to
same
each other
virtual
by
network.
default. VNets
No.
can talk to each other by default. Incorrect, right?
No.
So subnets can talk to each other by default. Why are they able to talk to each other by default? Because जहां पर भी subnet एक लगता है, उस subnet पे एक NSG बन जाता है, और उस NSG में क्या बता रहा है यहाँ पर? That any traffic which is coming from virtual network. Now, which virtual network it is talking about? उसका खुद का virtual network, वो subnet जिस virtual network का हिस्सा है, वो virtual network. So anything coming from that virtual network and going to the same virtual network, it is allowed. चाहे वो inbound में हो, चाहे वो outbound में हो. Is this statement clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Focus on theory
Yes.
part, guys. Focus on theory part. Okay, मैं practical बताऊंगा. But just focus on the theory part. So what is it trying to say here? Let's say that I have another subnet here. Okay, now I have two subnets here. Sorry, yeah, so I have two subnets. Now these two subnets are able to talk to each other because in subnet पे obviously क्या लगा है? Network security group. Now that could be different network security group, same security group, doesn't matter. Why? Because it doesn't matter, guys, because rules जो है इनके by default rules जो है सब में same होते हैं. कहीं पर भी आप किसी भी तरह का network security group लगा लो, default rule जो है सब में same होंगे. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
So let's say that these are the connection. This is on subnet 1 and this is on client subnet 1, this is on client subnet 2. Both of them, what are they saying? और अगर एक network security group लगा है तो भी, what are they saying? What exactly they're trying to say? One of their rules says that any traffic coming from this virtual network, तो इस virtual network के अंदर कुछ भी हो, चाहे virtual machine हो, चाहे storage हो, चाहे subnet हो, anything, whatever it is, जिसका source ये virtual machine के अंदर है और destination भी इस virtual machine के अंदर ही है. So anything, it covers anything and everything. इसके अंदर जो कुछ आ गया, machine, storage, whatever it is, anything and everything यहाँ पर. जितना भी आ रहा है सब कुछ, जो ट्रैफिक जनरेट भी इसके अंदर से हो रहा है और उसका डेस्टिनेशन भी इसके अंदर है। जनरेट यहाँ से हो रहा है, डेस्टिनेशन यहाँ पर है, जनरेट यहाँ से हो रहा है, डेस्टिनेशन भी यहीं पर है, जनरेट यहाँ से हो रहा है, डेस्टिनेशन भी यहाँ पर है, जनरेट यहाँ से हो रहा है किसी पोर्ट से, डेस्टिनेशन यहाँ पर है। वॉट एवर इट इज, एज फार एज इट इज अंडर वी नेट, द ट्रैफिक शुड बी अलाउड। इज इट क्लियर?
Yes. Yes.
Is it clear now? What do you mean? What does it mean by virtual network? That traffic should be within that, it should be from that virtual network. उस virtual network के बीच से ही traffic आना चाहिए।
Yes, Solva, clear.
Here it is. Okay, so now subnets can talk to each other। हम जब बोलते हैं तो literally subnets तो नहीं बात कर रहा है, सबनेट के ऊपर कोई ना कोई रिसोर्स ही लगा होता है। सबनेट्स में तो ऐसे कोई चीजें नहीं जो डायरेक्टली सबनेट्स बात कर लेंगे एक दूसरे से, राइट? सो सबनेट्स कैन टॉक टू ईच अदर का मतलब है दैट machine on this subnet and machine on this subnet can talk to each other. It could be storage on this subnet and storage on this subnet, storage on this subnet, machine on this subnet, किसी भी तरह का, but they can talk to each other. Why? Because ये ट्रैफिक जनरेट भी इसी वर्चुअल नेटवर्क के अंदर से हो रहा है और ट्रैफिक का डेस्टिनेशन भी यही वर्चुअल नेटवर्क है। That is the reason they are able to talk to each other. Is it clear, guys?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Next thing is Azure load balancer. तो लोड बैलेंसर जो आप बनाते हो ना, जो लोड बैलेंसर से आपका ये बाकी सब पे ट्रैफिक अपने आप जो डिवाइड होता है, दैट इज अलाउड बिकॉज आपका लोड बैलेंसर जैसे ही द मोमेंट यू क्रिएट अ लोड बैलेंसर, इसका सोर्स अगर लोड बैलेंसर है और डेस्टिनेशन जो है बैकएंड का कुछ भी हो, वहां पर वो ट्रैफिक अलाउ कर देगा। दैट इज द रीजन द मोमेंट यू क्रिएट लोड बैलेंसर और आप बैकएंड में कुछ असाइन कर देते हो, दे आर एबल टू कम्युनिकेट विथ ईच अदर। Is it clear, guys?
Yes.
Okay. Now, when coming to load balancer, that Salman, I guess, right? Salman had a question, or Faisal? Someone's mic knows what. Salman, yeah. Salman had a question. The question was, while we enable these ports while creating machine under the load balancer, why we are not able to access the internet under the load balancer, and we have to create rules separately? Right, because these rules these are being applied on machines which are directly connected to this NSG, and the traffic is routing from this NSG. The moment you create a load balancer in front of those machines, आपका inbound तो यहाँ से चल रहा है but outbound का route उसका जो है change हो जाता है। That is the reason you have to create a rule or a route। ये जो मैं rule बता रहा था ना आपको, route, the moment you put them in backend, वो इस NSG से disconnect हो जाते हैं आपके machines। That is the reason you have to create one. Is it clear, Salman? You can ping me, Salman, if it is clear. If not, let me know. I'll explain it again, maybe with an example or something. And still not clear, we'll do a practical for that again. एक इसको practical कर लेंगे load balancer को, but it's not that important. Still, if you guys want, I'll do that. It's not a big task. छोटा है, हो जाएगा. So these are the two rules, guys, जो एकदम similar है। वर्चुअल मशीन, वर्चुअल नेटवर्क से वर्चुअल नेटवर्क के इनबाउंड को भी अलाउ कर दो, वर्चुअल नेटवर्क से वर्चुअल नेटवर्क के आउटबाउंड को भी अलाउ कर दो, तभी ये दोनों एक दूसरे से बात कर पाएंगे। अगर मैं सिर्फ इनबाउंड को अलाउ करता हूं और आउटबाउंड नहीं होगा, देन स्टिल कम्युनिकेशन नहीं हो पाएगा प्रॉपर्ली। क्लियर है?
Sir, I did not get the concept of inbound and outbound, like just a basic concept like about the inbound
इनबाउंड
outbound part.
see these are two network security groups, right?
Yes.
अब इसने बोल रखा है कि वर्चुअल नेटवर्क टू, I'll mute you guys and then I'll answer it. Okay, so this network security group, it says the inbound traffic is allowed and outbound traffic is allowed, right? This one says outbound traffic is allowed, but inbound is not allowed. The first one is inbound in both cases. Okay, is it clear till here? Inbound is allowed, outbound is allowed, inbound is
Yes.
not allowed, outbound is allowed. So इस केस में तो दोनों है, राइट, इनबाउंड अलाउड है और इसमें आउटबाउंड अलाउड है. सो ट्रैफिक व्हिच इज कमिंग फ्रॉम हियर, जैसे यहाँ से ट्रैफिक निकलेगा पहले ये क्या चेक करेगा नेटवर्क सिक्योरिटी ग्रुप के साथ, आउटबाउंड अलाउड है, इनसे अलाउड है, ठीक है, लेट द ट्रैफिक गो. यहाँ पर आके क्या बोलेगा, इनबाउंड अलाउड है, लेट द ट्रैफिक गो. ये कम्युनिकेशन हो गया,
हाँ, yes.
क्लियर है. यहाँ से
Right.
the traffic one goes outbound. Now this one is trying to communicate, reply. It will come to his network security group. Outbound allowed है, he'll say allowed है. Go, come here. यहाँ पर आके पूछेगा inbound allowed है. What will it say?
No.
Allowed है.
Not allowed. Will this communication happen?
No.
No. क्योंकि वो सेकंड रिसोर्स ग्रुप, सेकंड सिक्योरिटी नेटवर्क सिक्योरिटी ग्रुप में इनबाउंड रूल्स में वो अलाउड नहीं है.
Right,
नैट रूल्स में अलाउड नहीं.
right,
इनबाउंड रूल्स अलाउड नहीं.
right. Clear है?
Yes.
Is it clear to everyone, guys? और अगर आप इस दो
Yes.
को नहीं भी लो,
Inbound and
let's say
outbound.
in, yeah,
I'm
tell
sorry.
me.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
No,
So
no,
the
tell me.
inbound and outbound, it could be from one VNet to the other virtual network, or
No,
from
no.
to an
NSGs
outside
are
this network security group. There could be
NSGs are always between virtual, always within virtual network. एक वर्चुअल नेटवर्क के बीच में ही एनएसजीस के सारे रूल काम करेंगे, दूसरे वर्चुअल नेटवर्क में उसका कोई मतलब ही नहीं है. When
okay,
it
they
comes to
within the subnet, right? As you said,
within
they communicate within the
the
subnets.
VNet, between the subnets. इसके अंदर जो कुछ है, इसके अंदर इसमें 50 सबनेट हो गए तो 50 सबनेट का आपस में कौन सा सबनेट किससे बात करना चाहिए कि नहीं करना चाहिए, आपको कोई ब्लॉक करना है, कोई ट्रैफिक ये करना है, एवरीथिंग बट विद इन द वर्चुअल नेटवर्क. वर्चुअल नेटवर्क के
Within
बाहर
the
के ट्रैफिक
VNet,
को
so you
yeah,
said something within the VNet and
between the subnets.
between the subnets. Okay.
क्लियर है?
Okay. So it is only this energy thing is like linked to only that particular network, that particular VNet,
No, not VNet. What is the scope of what is the scope of NSG we discussed? It is not linked to where
You
can we
said
link?
as in the scope. The scope
Yeah.
is it is limited to only that particular VNet, like.
No, not VNet.
Yes.
Subnet. It applies on a subnet. When you say linked, it is linked to a subnet.
Okay.
It is
Okay.
always linked to a subnet. You cannot apply an NSG on a VNet. VNet पे कहीं कोई ऑप्शन नहीं दिखेगा आपको कि आपको सबनेट अप्लाई NSG अप्लाई करना है. When we go to portal now, you will see कि अप्लाई करने का ऑप्शन, एसोसिएट करने का ऑप्शन, करेक्ट वर्ड है उसका एसोसिएट. So an NSG can be associated only with a subnet or NIC.
Right.
Clear है?
Right. And in the definition, in the theory, it was there. Right.
Okay, now अगर आप लोगों को दो से ज्यादा ये हो रहा है, let's say कंफ्यूजन हो रहा है, let me delete this. Fine. एक ही नेटवर्क सिक्योरिटी ग्रुप है, दोनों पे ये लगा हुआ है. Is it possible? First thing, is this setup possible?
Yes.
Not
Yeah.
this one. Wait. It is going to 1 and 2, guys. Okay, understand. 1 and 2. Is that possible? That one network security group, it is going to both of them. Is it possible?
Yes.
Okay. Now let's take this example. Fine. Let me delete this. It will look clear and you'll be able to understand it well. Difficult to work with this sometimes. Give me a minute, guys. Let's try fixing this. Because diagram clear नहीं होता तो काफी confusion होता है then. Yeah, here it is. Is this possible? You said yes, right?
Yes.
Now इसी में आपका rule है inbound, इनबाउंड को आपने कर रखा है अलाउ और आउटबाउंड को आपने कर रखा है डिनाई. ठीक है, सिंगल वर्ड. नाउ द मोमेंट आई ट्राई फ्रॉम दिस मशीन टू दिस मशीन, राइट, फ्रॉम दिस मशीन, नॉर्मली ये अलाउ है दोनों, ठीक है, बट आई एम जस्ट explaining it to you because you are asking inbound outbound difference हो रहा है इसलिए. Normally by default ये दोनों allow है. So let's say that this machine is trying to communicate with this machine. VM1 wants to talk to VM2. Okay. Will it go through here? यहाँ से मैं जा रहा हूँ, यहाँ पर जा रहा हूँ. ये किस तरह का ट्रैफिक हुआ यूटी के VM1 के लिए? Is it inbound or outbound for UTK1?
Outbound.
Outbound.
Is it allowed
Outbound.
according to this rule? Is it allowed?
No.
No.
So can I communicate with this machine?
No.
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 Similarly,
Because
now
you've set outbound deny, like outbound rule
right.
is deny.
Similarly, now I want to go from UTK2, UTK VM2 to VM1. ठीक है, इस पे इनबाउंड अलाउड है. UTK VM2 is saying के ठीक है मेरा इनबाउंड अलाउड है, मैं डोर खोल के खड़ा हूँ, आ जाओ. Traffic is welcome. I've opened the gate. Please, you guys are welcome. But are you able to come out of your building? ये आपके सिक्योरिटी गार्ड ने आपको रुका रखा है, ये आपके फ्रेंड का सिक्योरिटी गार्ड है. He is saying भाई मैं गेट खोल के खड़ा हूँ गेट पे, you are welcome. So is it possible for you to go there? Is it possible
No.
for you to
No.
communicate? No. Why? Because you're
Not
blocked
possible.
at your building. You're blocked at your gate. Similarly, now इनका सिक्योरिटी गार्ड बोल रहा है ठीक है आने वालों को तो ठीक है, but I won't let you go out. So this person or this machine is trying to communicate. What will happen? Will this communication established? Will it get established? Can this go beyond
No.
this? No. Why?
No.
Again, it says in outbound deny. इसको भी यहाँ पर रुका लेगा. It'll say inbound is fine. Outbound I am not going to allow you. So ultimately it's gonna collapse. That is the reason you require inbound and outbound both. Is it clear? So for both
Yes,
of these
sir.
to talk to each other. So subnets का एक दूसरे से बात करने के लिए inbound and outbound रहना बहुत जरूरी है. But in the other case, what I am saying यहाँ पर, let's say that on these machines, internet inbound rule, ठीक है? Inbound rule, internet not allowed. Outbound rule, internet allowed, which is the actual case. Now, is it going to impact much? Because मेरे इस पे
No.
कोई वेबसाइट मैंने होस्ट ही नहीं कर रखी है, राइट? यहाँ तो कैसा था कि इन सबनेट्स को बात करना है एक दूसरे से. That is the reason it impacted much. In this case, मैंने कोई वेबसाइट होस्ट कर ही नहीं रखी. No one is coming from outside on port 80. When I say internet, वो port 80 पे होगा. No one is coming from outside to access port 80 on this machine or this machine. तो अगर ब्लॉक भी कर रखा है, so do I care?
No.
But both of these machines, they want to access Google, they want to access YouTube. तो अगर outbound में block होगा, will I be able to access? अगर
No.
outbound में, but in this case outbound में allow है, hence the traffic is going out. Clear है guys?
Yes.
Naved, clear?
Yes, sir.
Anyone else?
Yes. Clear.
Doubt? Shikha, Yusuf bhai, Nitesh, Faisal, Salman, Rishikesh, what about you? Are you getting it?
Yes.
Okay. So I have this is clear guys to you. What is inbound, outbound? Why is it necessary?
Yes, Sohail bhai.
Okay.
Yes.
Now
Yes.
the question is, can I delete or amend these rules? Can I amend these rules or delete these rules? Okay, let's discuss third rule quickly and then we'll come to that question. Other than this, एक तो मैंने क्या बोला है कि वर्चुअल नेटवर्क के ट्रैफिक को सबको अलाउ कर दो और लोड बैलेंसर से आने वाली ट्रैफिक को अलाउ कर दो. ठीक है? दिस इज फॉर इनबाउंड. आउटबाउंड में मैंने क्या बोला है? वर्चुअल नेटवर्क के ट्रैफिक को जो है आउटबाउंड में अलाउ कर दो एंड इंटरनेट को अलाउ कर दो. Salman, do you get your answer here that for accessing internet why is it not allowed? क्योंकि यहां पर आप देख रहे हो आउटबाउंड में जो है ना, when it goes to load balancer, तो लोड बैलेंसर की आउटबाउंड को यहाँ पे अलाउ नहीं कर रखा है. लोड बैलेंसर से आने वाला ट्रैफिक आपको अलाउ कर रखा है, लेकिन आपके मशीन से लोड बैलेंसर पे जाने वाला ट्रैफिक अलाउ नहीं कर रखा है. कैन यू सी दिस बाय डिफॉल्ट रूल्स में? Yes, that is the reason. His mic is not working, guys. He has replied on chats. And other than this, इसके अलावा भी तो बहुत सारा की ट्रैफिक है. HTTPS है, then STP है, FTP protocol है, and there are n number of protocols. What about them? वो deny है, allow है, what is it? Yes, guys, what is it?
Allow.
Is it allow?
Deny.
Where do you see deny? Where do you see allow? On what basis are you saying it, guys?
The third rule,
Yes.
deny
The
all
third rule
inbound.
clearly says that anything other than these two rules for inbound and anything other than these two rules for outbound are deny. सब कुछ cover हो गया उसमें. Everything has been covered. Is it clear till now?
Yes.
Yes,
Now
all
clear.
right.
Yes.
So now if I want to access something on this one, or let's take very simple example. I want to have machine. I want to do. I want you guys to give machine to work, but I don't want you to access internet. मेरे काम का रिक्वायरमेंट ही नहीं है इंटरनेट. You just guys need one Excel file. उसी में आपको काम करना है, सेव करना है, and that's all. Why do you require internet? But by default तो इसमें इंटरनेट आ रहा है. Can I delete this rule?
Can you ask it again?
Can I delete this rule? By default
They are
it
default.
says. By default it
They are
says
set
internet
by
is
default.
accessible, right? And I want my employees to work on their local computer. Excel file पे काम करना है, सेव करना है, घर चले जाना है. They should not have access to internet. इंटरनेट का कोई काम ही नहीं है. So what I want here कि जो virtual machine बनेगी उसमें इंटरनेट नहीं होना चाहिए. So what will I have to do? ये rule मेरे हिसाब से नहीं होना चाहिए, right?
Right.
So can I delete this rule?
No, it says the default rule of manage.
No, it's a default
Not-
rule.
Yes. Then what will I do?
You will just deny.
Can I amend it? Good, you raised it. I
Yes.
can't delete it. Can I amend it?
Yes, you can amend
Yes,
it.
you can.
It says, it could be overridden
No.
by higher
Yes, guys.
priority
No, it
rules.
cannot. It clearly says here default rules 3 inbound, outbound. This cannot be removed or it cannot be edited. I haven't mentioned edited here, but it's very simple. We are learning it now. Neither it can be deleted nor it can be removed or nor it can be edited. You can't do anything about these rules. But what you can do is you can override them by a higher priority rule. Now, what is a higher priority rule? This, do you guys see this priority number?
Yes, all right.
Yes.
Smaller the number, higher the priority. This is a thumb rule. Remember it. Interview में भी पूछा जा सकता है. Smaller the number, higher the priority. Is it clear?
Yes, all right.
The question can come that I have an inbound rule which says internet is allowed. The priority number is 200. Another one it says internet is not allowed. Priority number is 50. Which one will work?
51. Lower
51
one.
will work, but that's it. That is just a vague number. Let's come to correct numbers now. The network security group numbers must be between 100 and 4096. These are for the rules which we are creating. By default वाले rules के लिए apply नहीं हो रहा. Default rules का number काफी आगे है. ठीक है? And small number gets more priority. Is it clear, guys? Still here? So next session we are going to start practical.
Okay, sir. All right.
Do you guys want a break?
Okay, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir. All
sir.
right.
Yes, sir. Ma'am.
Okay, so let's take a break and I'll see you at 15:30. I'll give some time to recording to get converted. See you in 10 minutes using same link.
Okay, sir. All right.